What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Swisher coming back at you, you know what I'm saying, with the updated Texans talk. Okay. First things first, I've had time to sleep on this win. Again, it does still feel good. But now it's on to Denver. You got to turn the page. But before I get on to all of that, let's talk about injuries and what's going on. It seems that we've lost yet another corner. Kevin Johnson broke his foot. He's out indefinitely. So now, can we try to bring in somebody like Cromartie? I don't know. But this injuries like this is further proves my point on what I've been saying all along. Yes, I get it. We need offensive linemen, but we can go out and address that issue in free agency. Everybody, stop acting like we can't address that issue in free agency. We can. And to be perfectly honest with you, I get what some may say. Well, we signed Tony Bergstrom and he hasn't even stepped on the field yet. I get that. We signed Jeff Allen and he hasn't really been doing a lot. I get that too. But that's just the nature of this league. You're gonna hit and miss sometimes. Everybody does. I mean, me personally, I think Jeff Allen he's decent. He's not elite, but he's decent, above average, so to say. Now, reason why I kept saying, we should draft a tight end and a corner, and with our top picks in this draft, yes, CJ Fedora came through with a clutch catch yesterday, and that's all good, fine and dandy. But I can't see him consistently doing that, and I don't. As a Texans fan, I would love to see him do that consistently. Excuse me, guys. But in this system, you need two guys like that. My boy Ray, he says I have a hard on for OJ Howard, and I know it comes off like that, but I don't. I just want superior talent. That's all I want. As a Texans fan, I've literally had to watch, especially when Peyton Manning was in Indy. He wasn't just killing us with Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. Yes, he was hitting those guys, but the guy who was really hurting us was, guess who? A tight end that they drafted in the first round, Dallas Clark. Old reliable. I'm only 24, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about on this. I've been around the game long enough. I've watched the game long enough to know these things. I'm not some upstart rookie. I fucking know this. Reason why I say we need to go and draft a corner with one of our top two picks. Look, yesterday's game confirmed it. The run defense, our linebackers they showed up. Now, true enough, we need that on a consistent week-to-week basis, but those guys showed up. No other way to put it. Guys on the back end in the secondary, that's what's hurting us. Yes, statistically, we have the number one pass defense, and that's all good. But stats like that doesn't necessarily translate to wins all the time. It just don't. That's the way the NFL works. If you don't believe that, you're not a real NFL fan. You're not knowledgeable of the game. You're not as knowledgeable as you say you are. Sorry to put it out there like that, but it is what it is. Back to the whole corner situation. Now, of course, you gotta have it with it's. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna call it how it is. In this day and era, this is a pass-happy NFL league, and guess what? Linebackers aren't out there covering receivers. Cornerbacks are. Safeties are. You can't touch a receiver past 5 yards. So guess what? They basically saying you can't be all rough and tough with these receivers. You actually have to be knowledgeable and have the athletic ability to cover these guys. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That is fact. That is true. After 5 yards, you have to rely on cover skills to cover these guys. Now, true enough, some teams have a better front seven than others. Of course, losing J.J. Watt completely hurts our secondary because J.J. and company makes our secondary look a lot better than what it does. I'm a Texans fan, and I'm able to recognize that and call it for what it is. It is what it is on that. We don't have a Patrick Peterson. We don't have a Josh Norman. We don't have a Darrelle Revis when he was on Revis Island. We don't have that corner. J-Jo is somewhat like that, but it's last week's game showed that he can be suspect at times, and he can be beaten. Now, true enough, I get it. It's the NFL. Guys are going to make plays. I get that. But it just comes a point in time when you actually need to have a player to be like, okay, I'm putting my faith in you to go and be able to lock down this guy. And I expect and I know you're going to be able to do your job and cover him. When you have guys like that, your defense as a whole changes. For those who don't know this, your defense changes altogether. When you have a guy like Patrick Peterson, you can run all kinds of exotic blitzes and whatnot, because guess what? After 5 yards, you know that guy can keep up with, not only athletically keep up with that receiver, but he can cover him on any parts of the field. He can, he can cover him. And it showed, of course, our system kept T.Y. Hilton out of the game. I give Rack all the credit for that. He did that. But again, I'm not oblivious to what's real. The Colts were without Dante Moncrief, and Philip Dorsett got hurt early. I think midway through the game. So yeah, T.Y. Hilton was the only guy that was the big name that Luck had to go to. That's not gonna happen every week. You have to have good corners so that when you run up on teams with more than one or two good receivers, you can cover them. Again, all this is facts, man. All facts. If you think I'm bullshitting, go look at some of the teams that were really great. Go look at the teams that won the last few Super Bowls. And as much as I can't fucking stand New England, that's how they fucking won it. Malcolm Butler. He's slowly but surely proving that he's one of the better corners in this league. And I can't dispute that, because he is. He's slowly becoming one of the better corners in this league. And without Malcolm Butler, the Patriots don't win that Super Bowl. I mean, what more is there need to be said on that? I mean, like I said, I get it. The whole talk the past few weeks has been the offensive line, and the offensive line stepped up in a major way yesterday. Lamar Miller, of course, he was making decisive cuts and cutbacks, and just completely making everybody miss on that for that touchdown. That was fucking amazing. But again, that's not gonna happen every week. You know, I get it. You gotta have good offensive linemen to give your quarterback time. Oh, and to all the Brock haters, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was hard on Brock myself. I didn't I didn't just completely, fall off and be like, hey, we need to get this guy out of here. Yes, I did a video on bringing, trading for, a guy like Bridgewater, but that's to give stiff competition. If you want this job, earn it, win it. Don't. Where I come from, I hate shit being handed to me. You know what I'm saying? And personally, I feel like the job was handed to Brock, so he, what I'm saying, I felt like he was just kind of, just going through the motions. Like, I didn't got paid, so you guys aren't gonna cut me. That's how I felt. So yes, I made that statement, I made that video, but stiff competition brings out the best in players, and it keeps guys being able to play at a high level, because they know if they fall off at any given point in time, you have a guy in the shadows that can and will replace you. But that's all I got for this one, man. As always, like, sub, and peace. Shout out to my boy Ray Ray. Shout out to my boy LaFlame and all of my YouTube subscribers. We're on to Denver. You know what I'm saying? Let's go Texans. Let's get this W. And for Brock, make John Elway eat the fact that he cut you. As always, man, this your boy Swisher signing out.